We have no live stream this evening, so I've asked Mr. Mullen if I can have a copy of his video recording so we can upload that onto the website as soon as he's handed that over. So let's get started. Welcome everyone to the full council meeting on Wednesday the 19th of November at 7:04. As I say, sorry for the delay. First of all, let's go on to item 202, which are the apologies. Any apologies? Is it any?
Councillor Galaska, Chair.
Thank you. Sorry, I should also introduce the gentleman to my right. It's Owen Allen, the operations manager for the Rose Theatre, is in this evening's meeting. People couldn't hear everything that was going on. Regarding the lateness of the, do you mean the dignitaries?
Everybody, I mean, the procession was, if the clock was right, they were late, because they weren't there for bonging and the minute silence.
When we had the minute silence, the clock actually did start to chime. Sorry, the 2-minute silence. The clock did start to chime as soon as we started that silence.
Yeah, that's true. But right, so that's that one done and dusted. The VJ Day, isn't it? No, it wasn't. It wasn't the VJ Day. It's the
VE Day was the last one.
Do you mean the actual remembrance on the 11th?
On the 11th, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was very, very pleased to see the schools laying their wreaths and crosses, and the sound system was very well better for, I don't know, was there 50 people there? As against the other day when there was a couple hundred people, so...
Yeah, the singer on the day for the 11th, Jane Bond, she actually used her PA system on that day because it's a smaller event. Like you say, it was just the school children and a few dignitaries, the police I actually attended, and a few members of the public attended. I think what happened on the 9th, the amount of people that turned up, it actually surprised everyone. And yes, we are looking at a new sound system for next year.
Right, so that's that then. After that, I visited the council office and had to wade through a lake on the car park. I've been since, and I am aware that the lake has been drained, and but what I said was, how are we expected to encourage theatre going if customers have to wade through these mountains? As I also complained about this more than 12 months ago and still nothing been done. Now I appreciate, because I went to quit me doing, something has been done and I've been told about that. So that's that. And I'm glad to see that there was a local councillor holding a surgery, which is something that I've said about ever since I've been coming here. Why do councillors never hold local surgeries? And one of them did, and I'm very pleased about that. So that's Mr. Collis's contribution for the evening. Thank you very much.
Regarding the car park, Mr. Collins, I do believe there are some pipes underneath ground, is that right, Alan?
Yeah, so we had actually the construction site that are doing barrier asphalt, they offered to come and have a look at the systems, and the pipes actually collapsed in 2 separate places, they believe because of roots. So it's gone to council now, and we'll see what comes of that. So we'll be monitoring it.
You'll excuse my whatever, having a giggle at going to Cannon Council.
Thank you. Councillor Russell?
Thank you. I'd just like to apologise for not attending the Remembrance Day service. I actually was in Scotland, and I've got 2 grandchildren, and they're both Marine cadets. And one's just been made a Lance Corporal, and the other one's been made a Corporal. And I was invited to go to Scotland to see them doing their duties. you know, and they were doing it at one cemetery and then in Arbroath for, you know, at the actual, so I didn't miss out. I was actually remembering with the, I normally go to the Arboretum, but as I say, I was invited and that's why I wasn't attending
No problem.
Rugeley, so sorry.
No problem, Councillor.
I've always have attended if I could.
No problem, thank you.
No problem.
Good evening.
Here.
Some of this is a bit of an overlap about the Remembrance Day. So first of all, I'd like to congratulate the council on a lot of the work that was done, and some of it was at last minute because of changes in the organisation and the prep. What happened was quite phenomenal, to be honest, with invitations from Councillor Parks to the Deputy Lord Lieutenant's office and an attendee of the Deputy Lieutenant of Staffordshire. That was very good. We also had Lieutenant Colonel Greener. He is a new resident, still serving. He's a commanding officer up in Catterick. He's settled in Rugeley, and that's the first time his son marched in a parade. And the feedback from both of them has been excellent, and thanking Rugeley very much. So I'm passing on that email. The one thing that Lieutenant Greener said that was quite phenomenal for me was that for the first time in his life, after travelling and after being in the military for so long, he actually felt that he was part of a community, and it was really good to see. He's never done that. He's done remembrance services for decades and decades, but he's never done one where he felt like part of the community, and that was the special thing about that service. There was a meeting Friday. Councillor Parker was there, Councillor Parks was there. Lucy chaired it. I was there, and Richard Bates, who did the parade organisation, he was there. There is things that need to get better. Some of it was lastminute.com, and that's why there was failings. Due to the clerk being absent, and she planned everything and then she wasn't there anymore. So we had to start from scratch. The sound system is normally comes from the town, but the gentleman who does it, he's not available, and we didn't find that out until the Sunday before, when I attended the Royal British Legion meeting. So Owen stepped forward and put a sound system out. The sound system was more effective than what Jane Bond had. However, because of the amount of people on the square, it sucked up all the sound. There's no reverb going on because of the amount of people that was there, and it was in its thousands at one time. The parade was the biggest parade that people can ever remember, and that was unexpected, and that's why it took so long to shake out in the square. The points for next year, I'll leave that to the council, but all the marshals and all the people that came in from everybody, it was such a monster event. It was really special, and I've done events since I was a kid, laying a reef in Rugeley as a 12-year-old, and that's the best event I've seen in this town.
Thank you. Councillor Parks, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, just a couple of little points. One regarding the sound system. I've been involved with Remembrance Parade in Rugeley on and off for probably the last 20 years with the RBL, and it's always been a perpetual problem regarding the sound system because of health and safety and those kind of problems, getting in speakers down towards Iceland. But we have spoken with Owen, and because of technology these days, we are going to be looking towards wireless type speakers. And on another note, Mr. Basford there comes here and he comes in and congratulates everybody and his dog for the good work that we all do. But nobody seems to come here and say congratulations to the town crier and thank you very much for the hard work that you do.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Councillor Parks.
Including
Got to address
councillors,
the elephant in the room.
including councillors that all turned up and helped
Thank
out with
you.
marshalling.
Thank you. Mr. Mullin.
I've got to address the elephant in the room. Where is she? Where's the clerk?
The clerk is currently on sick leave.
Okay.
That's all
That's
said
all?
at the moment.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Item 205, I'd like to now reopen the meeting and head straight on to item 206, which are the minutes from the 15th of October. You should all have a copy. Obviously, I wasn't at that meeting, so I can't vote on those. I can't say whether they're correct or not. Has everyone had time to read those minutes, everyone that was at that meeting? Yeah? So, do we have a proposal that these minutes from the 15th of October are a true and accurate record of that meeting? Councillor Parks, is that you proposing?
Yeah.
Thank you. Do we have a seconder? Thank you. Can we have a show of hands then, please, for everyone that was at that meeting? Thank you very much. Okay, so item 207 is the Chair and Vice Chair report. You would have received my report a few days ago when Lucy sent the agendas out just for the public, so they know what I've been up to this month. On the 2nd of November, I was honoured to attend the Rugeley District Lions Club annual charter dinner as their guest. It was a very nice event. On Sunday the 9th of November, I attended the Remembrance Day service at St Augustine's Church, followed by the service at the War Memorial, and obviously I was escorting the guests around, the Deputy Lieutenant Mrs Sarah Elson and Lieutenant Colonel Rena. Both events then finished at the Rose Theatre where there were refreshments. On the 11th of November, I attended Catherine House for a photo opportunity, basically to promote the council and their working together to promote the Christmas event that's coming up. Obviously we all know Santa's going to be in there. After that I went straight to the memorial service at the War Memorial in town. In addition to those things, I've continued to work full-time on office administration, providing support to Lucy to make sure everything is running smoothly and everything that needs to be done is being done. That's everything from me for the month, thank you.
I apologise, mine wasn't submitted. It has all been emailed over to you all today. It echoes the Chair's report, and my only differ is that I've met with 2 members of the public, one to help them deal with a taxing issue at Cannock, change of details that they were struggling to do, and the other resident was an ongoing road issue outside their house that we've gone to the relevant people and we're now looking into resolving.
Thank you. Item 208 is the clerk's report. Obviously we have no clerk at the meeting tonight due to the clerk being off sick, and the acting clerk, Lucy, she is actually on annual leave. I do know she's had a lot of input regarding remembrance within the last week. She's tried to put that together, and she's also been working very hard on the Christmas event that's coming up, but I'm sure she'll give a full report at the next meeting on what she's been up to. Councillor Kirk?
Point of order, Chair.
Yeah.
Who's taking the notes for this evening's meeting?
He's writing everything down now, as well as the proposals, and I've asked Mr Mullin for a copy of his video. Okay, item 209, the bank reconciliations, and also item 2010, the income expenditure. Now there's a proposal to defer the acceptance of those until December's full council meeting. As Lucy was dropped in it at the last minute, she wasn't sure on how to print things, she wanted everything to be correct, and I do believe it is right to postpone those. So the proposal is to defer those 2 items, 209 and 210, to the next meeting. I'd like to propose that from the Chair. Thank you. So we can get proper records. So I've proposed it, Councillor Parks has seconded. Could we have a show of hands for that, please? Thank you. Item 211, the payments. Everybody should have a copy of the payments emailed to them from Lucy at the end of last week. Has everyone had time to go through them? Yeah. Any queries with any of those? Councillor Kirkham?
As for the past 2 meetings, Chair, until these can actually have some assurance or visibility of the payments to staff, then I should be voting against it. And call for a name vote.
Yeah, absolutely. So the proposal is to accept the payments on this list simply so the invoices get paid to any of our suppliers. Are you all happy to go ahead with that vote, or would you like this one deferring also till the December meeting? Councillor Smoggy?
I agree with Grant that payments, we can't agree with that, but likewise, I don't think we can agree with anything else that's gone through until we've had a chance to check it. And we haven't had a chance to check it yet.
Okay, so for 211 then the proposal is to defer that until the December meeting as well. Okay, do we have a proposal for that then? Thank you, Councillor Smoggy. Do we have a seconder? Okay. Cool.
Chair, does that mean that things are not going to get paid?
That means we may have to call an extraordinary meeting to push this through so things are paid. But if councillors aren't happy with authorising things until they've seen everything, then we'll have to defer that vote. So we do have, sorry,
Okay, so is there some middle ground here, because obviously suppliers have got to be paid.
yeah, these on this list are suppliers.
Yeah.
They're nothing to do with salary or anything like that. They are suppliers' invoices. It tells you what they're for, it tells you the amount.
And there should be a file of invoices that
That they will be
supports-
on the system in there. This is what Lucy has printed off before she went on annual leave. These are just the invoices that are already on the system from things that need paying either for Christmas or things that we've already had that need paying. Councillor Kirk,
Personally speaking, I would say that then we should be authorising these payments,
that are just on this list.
but only the payments that are on this list.
Can I just-
Invoices, Councillor
The
Smolly?
the bank accounts the payments are going to need to be checked.
They do, but that is nothing to do with these payments. These payments are for suppliers, for goods we've already had, or for goods to get Christmas sorted, the Christmas event.
As long as the money's going to the right place.
Which you should have had a copy of this, Councillor Smoggy, to read, so you can see the amount, who it's for, what it's for, etc. It's all on this list. Councillor
Can
Fletcher?
we got these payments through, but definitely we have to, because if you remember on the last meetings, I've been against approving anything, because the way it's been going on, who's approving, by whom and all that, because of that, it's been going on for so long, and then meetings after meetings, for me to vote for, I wasn't happy to do. Yes, I'm happy to vote for that, but the problem needs to be sorted, so if we can arrange, please.
Councillor Fletcher will discuss that in the confidential section. That's okay?
No, this is what I was saying. If definitely you can organise for an emergency meeting for us to debate and to put things
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Then yes, I'm happy to move forward to
Yeah.
these payments. That's all what I'm saying.
No problem. Thank you, Councillor Fletcher. Councillor Parks?
One of the items on that sheet there is councillor training, £35. What councillor training was that?
I can't answer that because obviously I didn't see the invoice. I haven't had time to go on the system. I got here at 20 to 7 and nearly didn't start with the meeting.
Okay.
So I haven't actually looked on the system what that's for. It will be for something. Glenn sent an email around, sorry, Councillor Kirkham, sent an email around regarding different training. Whether anyone's taken that up, I don't know. So that I couldn't actually answer that one.
There was certainly one training in the time
Yeah.
of year. I said I wanted to attend.
Yeah.
But I've not had any feedback or acknowledgement of that.
Okay. Councillor Miller?
You've got on here 2 locks for Amazon. I queried this last month.
Okay.
And it's also the Corona ones. 2 Corona at the top.
The Corona ones, I'm presuming, I don't know because I haven't been on the system again and seen the invoices. I would have thought they were from the last lot of face-to-face meetings.
So would that mean we had 4 face-to-face meetings because there was 2 last month?
I can't answer that, Councillor Miller, because I haven't been on the
Okay.
system.
Okay.
If you would like to defer these payments, then that's okay. I can call an extraordinary meeting as soon as Lucy's back, as soon as I've actually got a minute to get on the system and have a look what the invoices say and what they're for. I just haven't had time this evening to do that.
The week's neither here nor there, is it?
That's fine. So yeah, I think we should take the vote then, because we did have a proposer and a seconder to defer this payment to be authorised. So can we have a show of hands then for this?
Councillor Kirkham, you want this as a name for deferral?
No.
No? Okay.
Okay,
As a
so,
deferral.
yeah, so obviously we've got a proposer and a seconder, we're just having a show of hands for deferring the payments. Thank you, everybody. Okay, item 212 is the Rose Theatre Task and Finish Group. I believe Councillor Parks has an update on what's happening with that. Councillor Parks?
Yeah, right. We've got two items that we drudged through from October's meeting, September's meeting, regarding the POS system that we needed, or we debated on regarding the POS system for the bar. It was brought to the council previously for 3 pieces of equipment at £2,500, and that was disagreed with and was asked to go away and break it down and bring it back. I've taken it away, spoken to the company and brought it back and come to an agreement with the company and got it down to £658 plus VAT. That's with free software and a £19 a month plus VAT for 12-month contract, bringing the per transaction of down to 0.99% transactional fee. But if we don't do the £19 per month transaction, the transaction fee would be 1.69%. Then but the price would still be the same at £658 plus VAT, and that's it. There'll be no other cost.
So you want that to go on next time's agenda as a proposal, because at
No.
the moment it's just an update on this agenda.
No, that's
There is
actually,
no proposal on here to vote for, it just says that you've given us an update. So it would need to go to next full council meeting to be put on as a proposal. At the moment, this just says Councillor Parks to update on the previous meeting. Doesn't say there's any proposals for us
well,
to
the
vote
proposal
on.
had already gone through on the last meeting.
I believe that didn't go through.
It was sent back. for
It
more
was sent back for
information,
more
wasn't
info, and on this one it just says you're going to give us an update. It doesn't say what we're actually proposing or what you're proposing, what we're voting on. So this will have to go to next full council meeting. It does, sorry, Councillor Kirkland.
Can I suggest that this is added to the next meeting?
Yeah.
Be it an extraordinary
As a
report?
proposal, yes, as a proposal.
Okay.
Is that the same with the other point, Councillor
Yeah,
Parks?
it'll be the same with the other,
Parks.
yeah, okay. Which is the microphones.
Okay.
Yes,
Can I
Councillor.
also suggest that we have the proposal so as it is, not an either or, but this is the recommendation.
Yeah. Maybe get them emailed out to everyone so you've got time to look at them before the meeting, and then you've actually got time to weigh up what's being said and what's being offered for 1.69, etc. regarding that.
And we also have in the theatre, Rose Theatre, a health and safety issue with the fire doors that are off their hinges at the moment because the hinges are not working, and they've been off now for how long?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. And all they need doing is ordering from Amazon, is it? Amazon, but keeps being put off. I know you guys are busy in there doing other things, but all they need doing is ordering, and the caretaker guy can fit them and replace the doors. But while they're not on, it's a health and
I
safety.
understand that, Councillor Parks, but again, it's not a proposal to say can we buy it. I just can't authorise buying things for that, even though it needs fixing. Councillor Hodgson.
Can I just point out to the public these aren't fire doors, as in push escape fire doors.
Fire
They are
retardant.
the second doors into the theatre. They are just a security door. They're not a fire door, as in
They're a fire
a push bar
retardant
fire
door.
door.
Thank you, Councillor Kirkland.
Like any organisation, it's got premises as normally discretionary spend.
There is.
Now, it used to be £500 for the clerk could initiate, or the theatre manager previously could initiate. I don't see any reason why that shouldn't be the situation with our operations manager.
Okay. Are you proposing that we allow Owen to?
Absolutely,
Do
yes.
the doors
My
then?
proposal.
I'll second it.
Thank you. Can we write that down then?
Yeah.
Can we have a show of hands then that Owen is allowed to purchase the locks for the doors? Thank you, everybody. We've got down that deal of things to be on proposals. Thank you. Okay. Item 213, the community engagement task and finish group. Now, first point of order on this, there is a proposal to vote a new chair in of the group and or a vice chair if Councillor Meeson wants to either be chair or step down. So, do we have anyone in the room that would like to be new chair of the community engagement task and finish group? Councillor Meeson, is that you putting your hand
Can I
forward?
propose myself for the chair?
Yeah, if you'd like to. I'll second Councillor Meeson for being chair of that group. Can we have a show of hands then, please, for that? Councillor Miller, are you abstaining or?
Yes.
You're abstaining?
Yeah.
Councillor Miller abstaining. Thank you. So as Councillor Meeson is no longer vice chair, we need a vice chair of that group. So anyone in that group, would you like to be vice chair of that group? Councillor Baker? Okay. Is that you proposing yourself? Yep, so Councillor Baker would like to be vice chair, proposing himself. Councillor Shepherd is second in that. So can we have a show of hands regarding Councillor Baker being vice on that group? Thank you. Okay, there is also one spot available on the community task and finish group. So there's a proposal to add another member to that group. Is there anyone in the room that isn't on that group that would like to be on that group? No? Defer that to the next meeting then, if no one wants to go on that group? Okay.
No, Chair.
Yeah.
Just going back to the rows, Councillor Baker showed an interest in joining the rows.
Okay, that will have to go on another agenda.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry guys, so the proposal to add another member to the group, we're going to defer that until the next meeting, which obviously will be in December. Okay, I'd like to invite then Councillor Meeson as new chair to read out the update for the Christmas lights, which on where we're up to at this point.
Okay, obviously I've only just taken over and we did have a meeting where Lucy said that pretty much everything was sorted. So honey pot events, we're booking the stalls. Although we were slightly down on last year, we hope to get a few more involved at the last minute. We thought it may be because we'd left it so long that we haven't got the stalls coming in and booking. Like I said, we've got all the volunteers, all the road closures is now sorted thanks to Councillor Baker. And is it the Staffordshire 4x4?
Yeah,
Key?
4x4 response, yeah. are doing that.
Staffordshire 4x4
For us,
response,
free
are
of
doing that with no charge to the council. We've got all the bookings for the main stage and the little stage, all sorted. The PA system, choirs on stage was being sorted. We got the Councillor Shepherd was sorting the rosettes out for the people that we were awarding them to. So yes, it was all going to plan.
Okay. I can also see there that there's a Cultural Compact Group have approached Owen and asked if we mind if they survey the people who attend, survey the people who attend the Light Switch On event, just to ascertain what they want in the way of entertainment or where they go. Do they come to the Rugeley Rose? Do they go to the Lichfield Garrick? Etc. Where are these people from and where do they usually spend their time, you know, watching shows, etc. So there's a proposal there to ascertain if anybody has got any objections to that.
Can I suggest an amendment to that proposal
Yeah.
that we ask them to share their responses with us?
Yeah.
They will. I'm in communication with them. Yeah, that's already agreed.
I'll propose that.
Thank you, Councillor Kirkham. I'll second that from the chair then. Can we have a show of hands for that then, please? Thank you. Following on from Christmas, but still to do with community engagement, there are some 2026 events that Councillor Meeson would like to give an update on, and she does have a few proposals there. I'll let her tell you about those.
So I propose the artisan markets to be brought back into the town centre, to be run by Honeypot Events. She will do all the bookings for us. There will be no cost to the council. They are, as it is an artisan market, there'll be no road traders. They will be licensed. They'll be from a 10-mile radius in Rugeley. They have to put up their own gazebos. She runs it all down to the T. Barring any major disasters at Christmas, we ask her that she gets involved on this one. And it would be every second Saturday of the month from April till September. This is not to clash with another town. So we have, I think Hensford is going to be the end of the month, and that's why we've brought ours back to the second. The first, I think, is Cannock's. So we're doing it at the second Saturday. My proposal is the second Saturday of every month from April to September.
Okay, so you're proposing that.
I propose that.
Do we
I'll
have?
second that.
Thank you, Councillor Shepherd. Obviously, this is pending the
Pending
outcome
the
of
outcome
Christmas.
of the Christmas.
Far there being no
Major
major disasters. So we have a proposer and we have a seconder for that. Can we have a show of hands on that then, please? Thank you. Councillor Gay, are you against or abstaining?
Abstain, Chair.
Councillor Gay abstaining. Thank you. Claire, your next proposal?
My next proposal is the car shows. So obviously I proposed it earlier this year. I've done a lot more homework, and again with the help of Honeypot Events, although I did say that we probably wouldn't need her on this one unless it was absolutely necessary. So I propose that the April the 19th we have a pre-1980s classic cars and motorbike show, and August the 16th a modern and custom cars and bike show. We have room, and we've been around the town and earmarked out places for 90 cars and 55 motorbikes. They will be parked up by 10 o'clock in the morning, and they will not be allowed to move until 4 p.m. That is a big point. They will not be able to move their vehicles in this town until 4 p.m. They will have to have tarpaulin and drip tape under every vehicle. And we will stipulate this because we'll have a booking system so that we're not to overbook it and get more than we want. And then when we stipulate these, if they cannot do this, they will not be invited. There'll be no charge to the exhibitors, and what was I going to say? So there'll be no charge to the visitors and the exhibitors. We would speak to local shops to see whether we've had enough catering involved, and we could put some auto jumble stalls in if we need to, but at the minute we're holding back on that one. We did look at a field. Unfortunately, due to wet weather, if it was wet weather at the time, we would have a problem getting on and off the field, and most people with these vehicles wouldn't not, especially motorbikes, they wouldn't want to go near a field. Plus, district owned most of the fields, and we would incur costs, and then we'd have to charge that. I know the town is pedestrianised. However, on a 1 month survey, I think it was in June, in Albion Street alone, there was 121 vehicles, and these are all moving vehicles. So there was 71 cars, 2 lorries, and 48 vans. Now, Stone has also a pedestrianised street, High Street, and they've held a very successful car show at the end of the Sunday the 28th September this year. It was absolutely packed with people. And it even made the Midlands News as the main attraction. So I've just proposed that we can have that in Rugeley.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Mason. So do we have any questions or do we have a second? Councillor Tocha?
If an accident will happen, who's going to be responsible for?
Accident in which way? If the cars are going to be parked at 10 o'clock and not leaving till 4?
Something will happen, accident can happen. A car will hit a pedestrian. Do we have the insurance in place to cover if us to be responsible for?
Thank you, Councillor Tocha. That personally, I would need to look into that. I don't have the answer for you this evening, Councillor.
My concern is, being a motorcyclist myself, people touching them. I wouldn't want somebody touching my bike who's going to police that. Do you know what I mean? You're quite happy to show it.
I'm presuming, Councillor Bentley, that would be down to the person whose bike it is.
But is that going to be, you know, if you've got 100 people around you, how can you possibly keep an eye on everybody? And the same with the car, how do you stop children driving? If you've got a big crowd of people around one person, that one person isn't going to be able to police that whole crowd on the road.
I understand what you're saying. These shows do run very successfully in other towns. Also at Bishton, they had one as well. So I think it can work if we've got all of the details. Obviously, it is down to the individuals to look after their own property. Councillor Mason?
I used to go to bike shows, bike meets myself, and that ex-husband, he had bikes, and one of them was parked up, and we walked away, and it was messed with. Lucky enough, we spotted it before we got back on the bike. It can happen anywhere. You can park your car in a car park, and that thing will happen. So we're bringing people in to look at the vehicles. If they want to touch, I'd imagine the person who owns the vehicle would have to have a say in it.
Well, they would have their own insurance anyway, because they've driven it, and they'd have their own insurance anyway.
Can I just add to that the only kind of people that are going to bring their vehicles to that event are people generally that have been to similar events before and are fully prepared for that sort of thing anyway. So I think we should be fine on that side.
Are there any, Councillor Miller?
Is there any cost to the council?
None whatsoever.
You check the licence?
You would need to look into that.
Well, you wouldn't need to look into it. You can't just rock up and fill the town full of vehicles.
No.
Sorry, for the Christmas light switch on, we do a risk assessment.
You do?
So presumably
The
that's
same
the
one,
same.
yeah, we're doing another risk assessment.
I mean, how many cars did you say?
It is, we can fit 90 cars and 55 motorbikes.
Right. I mean, my immediate concern is marshalling. So we would need somebody to actually manage that marshalling. Would obviously be a job of work to do to actually advise them where they're going to enter the town, where they're going to exit the town.
Again, when they book, they will have a map. We'll draw up a map of where they're going to go, and we'll have people, volunteers on the day, putting them in place.
I do know, for example, if Councillor Mason, you were saying we may not need honeypot events on this occasion. If we don't, we have to do all of that.
Yes.
If we do have honeypot events, she will do all of that, still at no cost to the council. So it may just be worth, if we do go ahead with it, then getting honeypot events in to do it, so we don't have to do anything. She brings her own marshals and everything like that to run the events, basically.
I mean, at the end of the day, I know we've made this point about pedestrianisation and the fact that we've got 117 vehicles going up and down Albion Street. I think perhaps we should be looking at why we've got 117 vehicles rather than just drifting into saying, well, that's okay, we can bring in another 99 cars. My immediate concern is marshalling, access, And last but not least, are we going to have to invest in some portaloos or something?
Okay.
Because Rugeley is not very well equipped for toilets.
It isn't.
Unless all the events, all the cafes and what have you and pubs are quite happy to have people using their toilets. So I think there's probably a job of work to actually canvass those.
Can I just say that, do we have portaloos at the Christmas market? At the Christmas lights switch on when there's far more people. We rely on people going into pubs, the cafes, the Brewery Street. And when I spoke about the people last time when I went round painting, they were all quite willing to open their doors early to allow people to go in and use toilets.
That was my point, right? Because if they're against it, then we'll have to have a contingency.
Yes.
Yeah. But if you're saying that they've been canvassed and they're happy, then
yes.
Sorry, Councillor Millie.
Has there been any consultation with the businesses that open on a Sunday?
I do believe Councillor Wilson has been
Yes,
around the town.
they've all agreed, yes. There was actually more that wanted to open because of the fact that this show might take place.
I know your refreshments, has that been explored?
Again, I asked the local cafes and the rest and pubs whether they put anything else on, even down to the shrew, and they said they do tea and coffees and yes, so there is plenty of people that would open up and serve the public.
And would we need any road closures?
No, because we keep all emergency access clear. This 90 cars does not block any of the emergency accesses off. We don't block any of the main routes through the town up. We just park them where we can. Road closures now, it would just be in the morning and like I say, not moving until 4 o'clock and then they go out.
But what I'm asking, would there be road closures when they're coming in and road closures when they're going out?
No,
It may need something that needs looking into that part, Councillor Meeson. I will just say, sorry, Councillor Kirkham, I know you wanted to say something. If we did vote this through and Honeypot did run the event, as per her Christmas events or other events that she does, they have scheduled times to bring in, say, 10 cars, get those all parked, and then she will schedule the next lot in at a different time to bring in so many other cars. So it's not just going to be 90 cars, for example, descending all within the town centre all at one point. There will be scheduled times for each person to come in, park up their vehicle, and then the next lot will come. Sorry, Councillor Kirkham, you wanted to say something?
It's probably something that we already having to deal with anyway, and that is if there are cars throughout the town, right, then the current spate of delivery drivers and trucks will have to find an alternative.
On a Sunday.
Good point.
There is few people, and I know of a few actually, and I'd have to speak to, I know where they go, and I'd have to speak to them and say, look, is there any chance you could perhaps collect it? I know one of them is the DJ who goes on and collects and retrieves his equipment from one of the pubs. He may be able to get it out the Saturday night rather than leave it till the Sunday, so we can speak to people.
Okay, so are we happy to back Councillor Meeson on these? Thank you.
Can I propose an amendment, and that is that we vote on a proposal for the 19th of April, right, with a view to post-implementation review.
Seeing how that one goes.
See how that one goes before we actually ratify the August one.
Okay, Councillor Mason.
The only trouble with that is then you push the time and push for other events happening that might. Whereas if we get this one out, if we put it out just after Christmas that these events are taking place, people aren't likely to go anywhere else. They'd like to come into Rugeley and support the local town and these events, and that's why I wanted to push them through to put them out after Christmas so people have got something to look forward to and think, well, you know what, I'll do that in the town, and I'll, instead of going to Stone or Lichfield or Stafford even.
Councillor Baker.
Would it be safe to say I understand where you're coming from, Councillor Kirkham, but obviously if anything was to go wrong, let's say at the April one, I'm sure we'd all be in agreement to cancel the August anyway, if that was the case anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so obviously Councillor Meeson is proposing those two
I'll
dates.
second it.
Thank you.
Can I just ask though, do those dates clash with any other event?
No, not at the minute.
So going to Stone and Litchfield wouldn't be a consideration.
If there was something else on that they put out, like I say, just in January, if they put out that they've got something else, but we want to get in there first, if you see what I mean.
Okay, so we've got a proposer and a seconder for those two dates as it stands. Can we have a show of hands for those then, please? And the councillors that didn't put the hand up, are you against?
Abstaining.
Thank you.
Against.
Against, for that Councillor Gay. Councillor Miller, will you also abstain? So 3 abstain, Councillor Bentley, Councillor Miller, Councillor Kirkham. Okay, thank you. Claire, sorry, Councillor Meeson, your final proposal within that section.
Again, with the, this will be totally managed by Honeypot Cottage Events at no cost to the council, pending the outcome of the Christmas one, is food festivals. I'm proposing one on the weekend of the 16th and 17th of May and one on the 12th, 13th of September. This would be a staggered arrival on the Saturday morning, and they would all have to go on Saturday night. There is not one trailer to be allowed to be left in this town on Saturday night. And they would be told that, and they would be able to then come back on the Sunday morning and set up again. They will all have personal licences applied at the relevant council. And we think we'd be I think she's earmarked about 50, about the same as at the Christmas days, about 50 to 60 of these trainers.
Okay. Anybody, any questions on that one? Councillor Gay?
So, managed by Honeypot Cottage.
Yep.
Events. What's the council's input? Well, they're just coming to us for permission.
As the same as the Christmas one.
So the Christmas one, sorry, through you, Chair, Christmas one is actually sort of like we're staging the event and
Yes.
we're inviting them. So
Yes.
Honeypot Cottage Events are
Again, will be held in the event, and we'll be inviting it through Honeypot.
so we'll be holding the food festival
Yes.
managed by Honeypot.
Yes.
Councillor Fletcher?
Can we make any money from this? Looks like, looks like they just coming to us, they see opportunity, maybe they're making money by organizing, and maybe then the other company, they will say, asking how comes this Honeypot gets all this privilege, why we can't do that, how comes we give them the contract, or we allow them to do that. It's a bit, lots of questions can rise from
Because
us.
I do believe we went to Honeypot and asked on provision that the Christmas market is a success. What other events do you do to bring people into the town?
And now I'm
obviously,
asking,
yeah.
can we make money? Can we charge them any money or allow them to do that?
Again, we'd foot all the bills for all the expenses as well. Yes, we'd probably be able to charge them for coming in, but would we get the same impact as what she can? At this point, there is no cost to us. Yes, if in the future, if this one goes well, we think actually we could do that ourselves, then we could look forward to doing it for next year.
Councillor Smuggler?
Is it the idea to get people into town?
It's yes.
To get to the local, do business for local traders, and also get, well, Rugeley is deserted at the weekends, and people in town.
Anyone else? Anything? Councillor Cook, I thought you were going to say something.
Just in terms of it's at no cost to the council. It is a cost to the council, even if it's only costing volunteers discussing it. If we've got to complete the risk assessment, that is going to take somebody some time. So I'm not saying it's prohibitive, but let's walk into this with our eyes open. there is some input required from the council. Yeah. Unless we turn it completely on its head, right, and they just approach us with regard to permission to do it.
Yeah.
In which case, I think it's probably district that would have to grant permission and not ourselves.
Okay, so Councillor Meeson is proposing that we have a food festival on those 2 dates. Do we have any seconder for that? We do have seconders. Can we have a show of hands then for anyone that would like to support Councillor Meeson and the town of Rugeley having a food festival on those 2 weekends, as we have a proposer and a seconder? So can we have a show of hands for anyone? Thank you. Councillor Gay, is that abstaining?
I'll just abstain.
Councillor Gay abstaining. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Next item is general business. So the local government reorganisation, Cannock Chase District have requested a meeting with ourselves regarding the plans for local government reorganisation. So the proposal is for the chair and 2 further councillors to meet with Cannock Chase along with the clerk, it will be the acting clerk, on Wednesday the 3rd of December in this council office at 10 a.m. to discuss that. Yeah.
Can I propose that Councillor Kirkham sits on that?
Thank
I was,
you.
sorry, I was going to
Shepherd.
say, can we amend the proposal that we actually use this session to actually vote the 2 councillors who are going to accompany the chair?
Yeah, it would be. Councillor Shepherd, sorry.
I'd like to volunteer for that.
Okay.
I would like to volunteer.
Okay, so we have one proposer for Councillor Kirkham to
I'll
be.
volunteer.
We've got a proposer for you. So we've got a proposer for Councillor Kirkham to be on that in that meeting. Sorry. Do we have a seconder for
I'll second.
Thank you very much. So can we have a show of hands then, please, for Councillor Kirkham to be in that meeting? Okay, got that down?
Yep.
Thank you very much. Okay, so now then we need one other councillor. At the moment we have 2 councillors that have said they would like to be in that meeting.
I propose councillor Chair.
Thank you. One second. Councillor Shepherd will come to that next. So we have a proposer for Councillor Focek. Oh yeah. Sorry, you're proposing yourself, Councillor Focek. Thank you. So we have a seconder for Councillor Focek in Councillor Parks. So to start with, can we have a show of hands for Councillor Focek to be the second one? Yeah, you can vote. Okay. Councillor Shepherd did also show that he wanted to be in that meeting as well. Do we have, are you proposing yourself, Councillor Shepherd?
No, proposing myself.
Do we have a seconder for Councillor Shepherd to be in that meeting? Okay. So can we have a show of hands then, please, for Councillor Shepherd to be in that meeting? Okay. Thank you. So on the 3rd of December then in the council office at 10 a.m, Councillors Focek and Kirkham, meeting with Cannock Chase District Council regarding the reorganisation.
Do we know who's coming?
I haven't had any emails yet. I'll forward them both to you as soon as I get emails from Cannock Chase. Item 214, sorry, I've got a bit of a sore throat. Item 214, a public meeting regarding parking traffic management. Councillor Shepherd would like to update, and there is also a proposal in there which I presume is from Councillor Shepherd.
Yeah. One of my caseworks was dealing with the traffic and the residents' complaints about parking and everything. I've been on it about 6 months. I've already had one public meeting, but with the residents and the parents, I've come to a conclusion now after observations and the assistance of John Pendleton, the Staffs County Councillor. We've done observations, we've made our proposals, and now I want to conclude my casework on this job by calling the parents and the teacher and the parents and the residents back to another meeting to tell them what our conclusion is and what we've done about it. And I want to take that meeting at the Holy Church of the Holy Spirit, and the cost is £30, and that's all I want. Failing that, I would pay it myself.
So you're proposing that you hold this meeting and you are reimbursed the hall fee of £30?
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions from anyone?
It's obviously convenient to have it in the area, but given that we actually have our own halls, are we feeding?
No, with respect, Ben, the last meet I had, I couldn't have it here because it was booked up.
Right.
I had a meeting at the village hall in Chidwell. That's the ward that I serve. And I thought I'd give them a bit of money. The Holy Spirit Church, excellent people, excellent venue, no problem. And it suited all the parents and the residents. I would love to have bought them here, but it wasn't available. I did speak to Belle about it. She says no.
Maybe Councillor Shepherd, if you were to look at a date in the future for a meeting,
I will do that.
When the room is empty, you could maybe hold the meeting here at no cost. It's just a bit of organisation. You're going back to them, finding a date.
Mel said there was a cost to use it.
Yeah. I'm sure Councillor Shepherd, if you go and come up with a few dates, we can check the diary, see what rooms are free, bring it back, and then you can maybe hold that meeting in the council offices at no cost.
In the interest of the councillors that serve Etchingham, like me, it's an ideal place to hold a surgery. I held one this week, and I've got the attention of the constituents of Etchingham because they all go to the church for the morning coffee. It was an ideal place to get them.
Councillor Kirkhope?
Just one comment really, and I think it's great that you're engaging with the community through the chair, the work that Councillor Shepherd's doing. But I think we must not lose sight of the fact that as a town council we've got no remit or no control over parking and traffic. That is very much
I was dealing not with parking and traffic, I was dealing with the complaints by the constituents, and I took their complaints to the Staffordshire Town Council through God Pennington. I've done surveys there for the constituents, and for the parents, and for the their children. The number of complaints that I had as a councillor, I had no alternative but to deal with them.
Thank you, Councillor Shepherd. We do commend your work with everything that you're doing for your constituents. Maybe, as I say, get a few dates, come when Lucy's back, we'll check the diary, and you can maybe hold a meeting within the council offices at no cost. Okay? Item 215 on the agenda.
Chair,
Sorry?
Is it agreed that I can have the money for the hall?
If you're going to have a meeting in here, there may not be any fee. That will be a council decision when we have your dates.
I've got a meeting on the 28th of November.
Who has a meeting?
Sorry?
Who has a meeting on the 28th of November?
I've got the meeting arranged. I booked the hall.
Okay.
Based on what? I don't like to say Mel, because she's not here. Based on Mel said, bring it to the council. You can't have the money unless you bring it to the council. And that's why it's on the agenda. I can pay the 30 quid, it's no problem. I'll have to do that now because I've committed us to that hall.
Yeah, it should have been bought previously, on a previous agenda to be agreed. No money can be authorised without full council approval.
So, okay, I'm going to have the meeting.
Okay.
And I'll pay for this.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Shepherd. Thank you.
30 quid, I'll pay that. I'll pay for the last one.
Thank you, Councillor Shepherd. Item 215. It's been suggested that we have an informal meeting to discuss what Rugeley Town Council want to achieve in 2026 and 2027. So the proposal tonight is to vote on holding an informal meeting and suggest a date. I'm presuming it's a bit like the away day we had previously. Is this come from you, Councillor Kirkland?
Yeah, it did, because what triggered me on this is that we were talking about setting a budget. Maybe old fashioned, but in setting budgets I always like to know what I'm budgeting for. So without knowing what it is that we want to achieve and whether we want to consider speed indicator devices, which you see in every other village around, whether we want to think about putting some of those up. If we do, then we've got to put a cost in for it. There's the local government reorganisation, which relies heavily on community plans being in place, which we haven't got. Do we need to budget for that, or have we got some other way of achieving it? So this was really setting out our stall and basically saying, this is where we are, this is where we want to get to, what do we want to do in the meantime, and have we got budget to do it? If not, then we need to put budget in and look at how we're spending our money, whether we reduce the contributions we're making elsewhere. But really, unless we do this, I don't see how we can set a budget.
Okay. So, Councillor Kirkham, you're proposing to vote on holding an informal meeting and suggesting a date.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my proposal. And to get my excuses in first, I will not be available in Rugeley between the 9th of December and the 28th of January.
Okay. So, first of all, Councillor Kirkham's proposing we have an informal meeting. Do we have? Councillor Focek is seconding. Have you got that down? Thank you. Can we have a show of hands then, please, to hold an informal meeting to discuss the future? Thank you very much. Dates then. Councillor Kirkham's just said he's not available for December from the 9th all the way through till January the 28th of January. So basically December and January. Yeah. Okay. Anyone else that have got any specific dates they can't do? Or any specific dates they would want us to consider? Councillor Focek?
11 February, second Wednesday in the month.
11th of February.
The problem with that is that the budget has to be, the precept has to be submitted
By what day?
at the end of February,
Yeah.
from memory. So this is something that we need to get in by the end of November, if I'm going to be party to it.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anybody that can't do anything between now and the end of November?
I can do the 26th. It's the last Wednesday.
You can't. Doesn't have to be a Wednesday. It's an informal meeting. You can do any other day.
Yeah, I mean, the last informal meeting we did on a Sunday morning.
Yeah. We went. Yeah.
Your face was so much Sunday. Come in Sunday morning.
It's only the morning thing.
25th is the Tuesday, the last Tuesday. I'm preferring to be like
In the evening.
in the evening,
Like
Sunday,
6 o'clock. Yeah. Councillor Focek is just saying he would prefer it on an evening. He's suggesting the 25th of November, maybe at 6 o'clock. Like I say, it is just going to be an informal meeting.
Next Tuesday.
And
yes.
There is no need for it not to be held on alcoholic serving premises.
I do believe the last away day we had was upstairs at Daisy's kitchen.
It was.
Where we had our away day.
I think there was a different. Sorry, Chair, through you. I think we were in a different situation then.
Yeah.
Right, where I don't think there's possibly the need for the secrecy that we thought we might need at that time.
Yeah.
So I don't see any reason why it couldn't be held in the landau suite or here or in the barn.
Yep. An informal gathering in the bar at the Rose Theatre then?
Excellent.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Councillor Kirkham then is proposing that we have a meeting, you're okay, on the 25th, which is a Tuesday next week at 6 p.m. In the bar at the Rose Theatre. Do we have a seconder for that?
I'll second it.
Thank you.
Everybody puts on.
Do we have anything
It's funny how alcohol's mentioned, isn't
But can I just maybe propose an end time, because I could do with knowing.
It's only going to be a couple of hours.
Thank
6
you.
till 8
That's
or something
fine.
maybe. Nine latest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Councillor Smoggy?
Make it a bit later, I have to work till 6. 6:15?
6:30 till 8:30.
so we get from work, you know.
6:30?
6:30 till 8:30. Okay, so Councillor Kirkham proposes that, Councillor Hart has seconded it. Can we have a show of hands for that then, please? Okay, thank you very much. Item 216 is a small grant application. So Councillor Parks has been the point of contact for collecting applications for this year's small grants. However, a further 2 councillors are required to sit in on a short listing of the applications. So the proposal is to vote 2 councillors to be part of the small grants applications team and set a date for a shortlist meeting.
Right. The small grants are coming in not quite as quick and thick as fast as we'd like. I have had a conversation with with Lucy. She's the standing clerk at the moment. And although we've now stopped applications on the 15th of November, there are still applications out there that haven't come back in. So she says to let that carry on for another week or so, give them a chance to get back in. We do need a couple more people to look through them and read them.
Thank you, Councillor.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Councillor Gale, I'm just going to say something to you, Councillor
Sorry
Parks.
to interrupt, I don't want to interrupt Councillor Fox. I'll just say if you could explain to some of the councillors unaware of how the small grants works.
Oh, right. Yeah, well, each year we have the council give out a pot of money. Last year it was £4,000. This year it's 7,500.
For each?
No.
No, so that's split between.
Split between the applicants, and then a selection of councillors sit round the table at the end and adjudicate who's going to get what.
Thank you.
And we're at that point now where we need to see who's applied and who's going to get it.
Thank you, Councillor Parks. Do we have 2 volunteer councillors that would like to sit on that panel with Councillor Parks and go through the grant applications? Okay, we have a couple of hands up there. First of all, Councillor Meeson, yours was last up, so I'm going to go to Councillor Shepherd. Councillor Shepherd would like to be on that committee. Are you proposing yourself, Councillor
Yes,
Shepherd?
I'm
Do we have a second of Councillor Shepherd? Thank you, Councillor Smoggy. Can we have a show of hands then, please, for Councillor Shepherd to be on that grants panel with Councillor Parks? Councillor Miller, you abstaining or you against?
Abstaining.
Councillor Miller abstaining, thank you. Second hand up there was Councillor Craig Smoggy. You wanted to be on that panel?
Yes.
Thank you. So you're proposing yourself. Do we have a seconder for Councillor Smoggy to be on that panel? Councillor Bentley or Councillor Baker? Seconded that. Can we have a show of hands then, please, for Councillor Smoggy to be on that panel? Thank you. Again, Councillor Miller, you're abstaining. Thank you very much. Councillor Meeson, I was aware you wanted to say something.
I'll retract my hand.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much. Item 217 is the advertising update. The Rugeley advertiser, I've put a couple of them out there just for you to have a look if you wanted to. They've agreed to continue a 1 full-page advert per month at no cost to the council, and it says there we are on page 18. So that's just been put in there for your for reference. Date of the next meeting is, sorry, item 218. Date of the next meeting. Sorry, yeah.
Before we move on from the advertising update,
Yeah.
at some point the advertiser are going to come back and say you had 2-3 shots. Right? We did put a competition in there. I'm going to invite Owen telling us how many people entered the competition.
Yeah, only 4 onto that competition. But can I give an update as well on the free? Rugeley advertiser actually said that continuous is free at this point. They've actually proposed that. They see that it adds value to their book and they've got availability, so
good.
No charge to the grant.
Okay. Yes. I know it is. Thank you, Councillor Kirkham, for that and for your response. Item 218, Date of the next meeting is actually, there is a typo on there. We'll let Lucy off because she was chucked in at the last minute. Date of the next one is going to be on the 17th of December. As I said earlier, if I need to call an extraordinary meeting, then I will do, and obviously all notices will be put out as expected. That's all business concluded for this evening. Thank you very much, everyone.
Can I tell you my apologies for the 17th?
Yeah, of course, no problem. Now I'd like to exclude the public because of the likely disclosure of exempt information as defined in Public Bodies Admissions and Meetings Act 1960 Section 2. Thank you, everybody.
Hungry.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr. Carlos.
I shall just go home and spoon
Wrap a wall.
Drive carefully.
upstairs.